Welcome to today's Boardroom Explainer. We're jumping right into breaking down the narrative engine of what looks to be a massive, undeniably lucrative franchise investment. We're looking directly at the concept document for a proposed property titled The Anti-Rape Squad, which is being pitched as a highly gritty crime drama and action thriller. If you are a producer or a distributor looking for your next big project, you're really going to want to pay close attention to how this creator has structured both the emotional core and the serious commercial viability of this IP.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for this pitch deck. We'll be covering the high-stakes hook, operations and mechanics, character dynamics, the core commitments, and finally, global franchise potential.
Let's dive into Section 1, the high-stakes hook. Right out of the gate, these core elements show us we're not just looking at a run-of-the-mill action movie, right? We're looking at a profound moral confession. Notice the point of view here. It's framed as this really intimate narrative from Mira, an elderly human rights activist who is confessing a dark secret to her granddaughter, a philosophy student. And the antagonist, it isn't just one cartoonish villain. It's a hyper-realistic, completely broken Indian justice system where the powerful elite basically walk free. Against that backdrop, our heroes are a covert Black Ops unit formed in absolute secrecy by the Prime Minister. And the whole thing is tied together by one lingering question. Is this morally right or humanly wrong?
Just listen to the emotional gravity of this story, anchored beautifully by Mir Rao. Here's a woman who has literally spent 50 years of her life fighting for the rule of law, arguing that nobody should ever act as judge, jury, and executioner. Yet her private confession reveals this deep, heartbreaking desperation of a society that has completely failed its most vulnerable. Privately, she wrestles with this terrifying necessity. That stark contradiction right there that immediately elevates this pitch from a standard thriller into a genuine prestige drama.
Moving right along to Section 2, operations and mechanics. So, how does this squad actually operate in the shadows? Well, the pitch lays out a completely thrilling step-by-step procedural engine. They start with deep data mining, utilizing advanced AI and a trusted informant network. Then, they initiate a strict verification protocol. Once everything is totally cleared, they launch into these visceral, high-stakes Black Ops maneuvers. And finally, they leave behind a very distinct message. Now, the crucial point here is this exact number, 3. 3 independent streams of evidence are required to confirm guilt. This is the absolute moral linchpin of the entire IP. The pitch makes it crystal clear. If there is even a single shred of doubt, the squad stops dead in its tracks. The target lives. False accusations are investigated with incredible rigor, which ensures that innocent men are protected with the exact same intensity that guilty men are pursued. This gives the audience the moral permission to actually root for a squad that operates entirely outside the law. But, when guilt is confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt, the consequences are completely uncompromising. After their halo jumps and incredibly tight 9-minute operational windows, they leave this chilling signature as a terrifying deterrent to the untouchable elite. 2 words, carved onto the bodies, filmed as a public warning. It's a dark, totally unforgettable visual that underscores the uncompromising nature of this unit.
Let's look at Section 3, character dynamics.
A franchise lives and dies by its ensemble, right? And director Rathore is the imposing anchor of this squad. The pitch describes him as someone carrying the immense, crushing weight of singular accountability. He has absolute, unperformed authority, managing the overarching strategy with cold, calculated precision as the direct, secret link to the Prime Minister. This phenomenal line, delivered to a young copycat, perfectly encapsulates the gritty, self-sacrificing tone of the unit's leadership. There's this critical complication in the pitch where a young man tries to emulate the squad's signature to avenge his sister, and Rathore doesn't destroy him. Actually, scratch that, he actively protects him. He corners the kid, saves his life with top legal defense, and uses this line to dismantle the boy's hysteria while perfectly maintaining the squad's operational secrecy. As for the boots on the ground, we have Captain Aryan, described as having this almost machine-like, emotionless void in his eyes. But there's a huge twist: his buried grief over his murdered lover, Sarah. This provides an emotional gut punch that forces the audience to rethink every single scene they've just watched. The pitch reveals that Aryan personally handled the cases of Sarah's killers, not for blind revenge, but because she deserved the exact same rigorous, triple verification certainty as any other victim. I absolutely love this part of the pitch because the creator uses a brilliant Trojan horse strategy here. They're offering buyers a highly commercial action thriller, but it's completely wrapped around a deep, critical thesis.
On the surface, you're getting high-stakes operations like breaching a powerful minister's fortified compound. But beneath that, you have these quiet, profoundly human moments, like Officer Kavia's deep, unspoken love for Aryan, shown just by the way she makes his chai exactly right. It's totally designed to be a massive commercial hit that can also dominate serious critical conversations.
Which brings us to Section 4, the core commitments.
These 6 unbreakable laws guarantee the brand's consistency, whether you are developing Season 1 or Season 5. If you're a prospective producer, this immediately tells you the property is built to scale without losing its soul. The direct line to the PM, the rigorous verification, and the framing through Mira's conflicted perspective are permanent foundational pillars. The creator emphasizes that these elements literally do not change, regardless of whatever other creative decisions are made down the line in production.
And finally, Section 5, global franchise potential.
Let's talk business metrics, because this is exactly why this IP is a must-buy. Because the moral question at the center travels across absolutely every culture, this property commands immediate attention from major streaming buyers. Think Netflix, Prime, Hotstar, and international co-producers alike. The document positions the project for major Hindi-language OTT platforms and theatrical runs, but also highlights its legs for the award circuit, like the Emmys or BAFTAs. And for investors, the architecture holds for endless spin-offs. As long as there is a new prime minister and new cases, the secret passes on, and the franchise continues.
The pitch deck ends its narrative with this incredibly profound, cathartic visual, a country that is finally invisibly safe. The script closes with a montage showing ordinary women, a young doctor leaving a night shift, a student walking across a dark campus without a second thought. They are safe because of shadows they will never, ever know exist. It's an amazing emotional payoff that perfectly balances out all the darkness of the preceding action.
So, is this morally right or humanly wrong? I leave you, the prospective producers and buyers, with the central thesis of the film, a question that shifts the moral weight entirely onto your shoulders, ensuring this pitch is totally unforgettable. The creator of this pitch deck isn't trying to spoon-feed you a clean answer. They are giving you the full weight of the evidence and asking you to carry it right into production. After everything we've just seen, what's your answer?